Good day, YouTube. How's everybody doing? This is Carmelita, part 3 of Social Security. And today we're going to be talking about, that's better. We're going to be talking about survivor benefits. I'm going to make it quick. I'm not going to talk long because I'm sitting out on my patio and I don't have nothing to hold the camera with. So, with that being said, let's get started. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Today is Sunday, and I'm having a cup of coffee. It's so good. So good. Alrighty. So, as far as survivor benefits go, you do not have to be in your 60s or retired for your spouse, just your spouse, to get survivor benefits. Survivor benefits is for pretty much everybody who's qualified within a certain age limit. Oh, another bird. So, example, generally, a person that's a widow that's age 60, I'll start off with widows, a widow or widower. If you have not remarried prior to age 60, you hear me? Not remarried prior to age 60. If you remarried prior to age 60, you will not be entitled to survivor benefits if you have a husband who had passed away before you turned 60. So my father died when he was 28 years old. My mother remarried my stepfather. But before she remarried my stepfather, my mother was pregnant with me and had already had 2 children, my brother and my sister. So when my father died, my mom was entitled to survivor benefits as his widow with children in care. Because she was not 60, she couldn't have gotten a widow's benefit. But she was entitled to surviving mother's benefits because she had 2 minor children. So not only did my mom get a check, but both my siblings got a check. And my dad died when she was 6 months pregnant with me. When she had me, now she was able to get a benefit for me, but her money wouldn't have changed. Her money would have been the same amount because she had 3 children on the record and they would have just split it up amongst all of us. So what she did was she just left the 2 on there. She put me on when my brother turned 18 and fell off so she could keep getting the full amount for having children in care. And she was entitled as a mother until the youngest child turned 16. So my mother was entitled to survivor benefits as a mother with children in care until I turned 16 years old. So if you, however, if my dad hadn't have worked and paid in the system, my mother wouldn't have got anything. Key word, this is for people who's worked and paid into Social Security. So you're not just paying into it for yourself, you're also paying into it for your spouses and your children just in case something happens. Okay? So that's the main thing about survivor benefits. If someone you know passed and they have minor children, it's always good to call Social Security, which is 1-800-772-1213, and ask these pertinent questions, or go to ssa.gov and you can get most of your answers there. It's very imperative that everyone always contact. Don't go on what your friends say when it comes to Social Security because there's so many layers to it. So that was an example of a mother with minor children. Now, children, if you have kids and when they turn 18, they generally will fall off the survivor benefits. However, if they're still in high school, regular high school now, they have to be going to school a certain amount of hours. They cannot be going to school no 2 hours or 3 hours a day and get that benefit. They have to be in a full-time attendance, regular attendance school. So if they're in full-time attendance in school and they're 18 and they have not graduated from high school yet, they will still be entitled to a monthly check. The school just have to fill out the paperwork that we give to them. Next, Cooper, stop it. You guys got to, sorry about that. Cooper's seeing my neighbor and he's barking. Stop it, Cooper. So, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so 18 and still in high school, you do the paperwork and your benefits will continue. And if you don't graduate at 18 and you still in high school and you turn 19, which I was in high school when I turned 19, you can still receive the benefits up to 19 and 2 months. After 19 and 2 months, you're no longer entitled to survivor benefits. Okay? So that's how it is for children. Now, if your child is disabled and they're over the age and have graduated high school, if they became disabled before age 22, then you can file them for what is called disabled adult child's benefits on that parent's record. And the only way you'll know if they qualify is if you contact Social Security once again. So children that are disabled can get benefits on the parent's record as long as they're disabled and expect to be disabled 12 months or more. Next, we're going to talk about now, we already went over spouses. If they haven't remarried prior to age 60, they can come on at age 60. However, I didn't mention this. There's also a limit to what they can make, just like with Social Security. There's always an annual limit. Like I said, this year was $19,560. Next year is going to be, I think, $21,240. Don't quote me. You can go and look, but I'm pretty close to the number. They can make that amount of money and still get a check every month if they're 60 and receiving survivor benefits. So if you were a housewife your whole life and your husband passed and you turned 60, you can come on to Social Security if he passed away and you have not remarried. Next, as a widow, you can come on to what is called disabled widows benefits. If you became disabled within a certain time period, so many years, I think it's within 7 years of your husband's being deceased. If you haven't worked, you can come on as a disabled widow and you can get widow's benefits. If I'm not mistaken, that age is age 50. So at age 50, I'm 56 right now. If my spouse passed away, I could come on to her record and get disabled widow's benefits. Yes, I could get benefits and save my benefit until I am full retirement age or retirement age and come on to mine, since mine would be higher. You only do that if yours is higher. If yours is not higher than your spouse's, then you do what's beneficial, and we're supposed to do what's beneficial to you and keep you on the higher record. But it's your choice when you decide to go on the other record. But if that other record is lower, we will not put you on a record that's only going to pay you $200 and you getting $1,000 on the other record. These is just numbers I'm just throwing out. Social Security pays out up to $3,000, $4,000. And some people get, depending on how much they worked and paid in, there is a cap. We already went over that. Not going over that one again. But if you have questions, put them down in the comment field, and I will answer your questions. Okay. So, once again, the best way to know if you're entitled to survivor benefits, call Social Security 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov and they can tell you if you're entitled. Every person is different. We cannot go on what someone else was told when they went to Social Security. Now, the rules are the same across the board, but everybody's work history is different. Everybody's family is different. So, we're going to talk about stepchildren. Now, say you're married and the gentleman or female is not the mother of your children, but you guys are married and they passed away, and the one that passed away was the worker, and the other spouse, we'll say the wife was a stay-at-home mom. She married this gentleman with 3 kids. She don't get child support or nothing from their father. He's absent, but the stepfather, he's doing full support of the whole family. Guess what? Those children, the stepchildren, are entitled to benefits on her husband's record because she was a stay-at-home mom. She had no money contributing to the household. So therefore, he was the sole breadwinner. And if her kids is under 16, she's going to get a check, and so is the kids. Okay. If she was working and say she worked at McDonald's making minimum wage, but he made 200,000, 150,000 a year. He is the bridge. He's making way more than 50%. She can't even contribute 50% to the household because she's only making $30,000 a year. Say their house note is $2,000 a month, and their energy and their car notes is like another $1,000 a month. There's no way she can meet half support in that household with her income. And so what we do, we have what's called a support calculator, and we'll put in both incomes, and it'll let us know if those stepchildren are due benefits. And when we do that support, I can just do the figures in my head and know that the children will be entitled. But if it's close, we have a support calculator. We'll key in all the income and we'll look at the household expenses. Boom, it's going to tell us if the mom is meeting, if the stepfather was paying 50% and she's paying 50% or more than 50%. If it's more than 50%, then she wouldn't be entitled if she was paying more than 50%. Say she was paying 60% of the household, then her children wouldn't be entitled on that record. So that's why I'm telling you all. I know it can be a little, it's a lot. You need to call because you could be missing out on income. Okay? So that's stepchildren. Stepchildren may be entitled on the record. Okay? And we have parents, fathers who fathered children and the father never signed the birth certificate of the child. Mothers, you need to make sure you go file for that child support. You get something showing that that man is the father of them children, because you have to prove to us that he is the father. And if he did not sign the birth certificate and his name is not on that birth certificate, then it's up to you to prove to us that he's the father of the children. If he never mentioned the children in an application, a lot of times when they're young, they've never filed for Social Security. So if they wind up dying of in an accident or something and never filed, then you're gonna have to prove. A lot of times, if you're good with his parents and the other parents and stuff, you can prove it. If you're on welfare and you turn the father into welfare, then you have proof that he's the father. So just make sure you got all your ducks in a row, and so you can be entitled to whatever's due you. All right. because we will ask. Well, Social Security will ask. Once again, if you have any questions, anything you don't understand, leave the comments below and I will reach back out to you and I will respond and let you know. Okay? So I guess that will be it for now. For more information, you can go to ssa.gov or you can hit me up below. My name, this is Valeta's World, and this was part 3 of Social Security. We were discussing survivor benefits. So, ciao for now. If you enjoyed this segment, please hit the thumbs up button. Hit the little bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a video. And subscribe to my new YouTube channel if this is your first time watching. Please share my YouTube videos so that I can get to 1,000 subscribers. This is Valeta's World. As always, peace, love, and happiness is the only way to live. Bye for now.